This is my authentic self. I identify as a graduate with a PhD from Harvard. Why can't you accept that?
And I suggest you call the man.
In fact, I want you to refer to me as Dr. Madrid, Gabe.
This is the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Let's go over to Gabe now in Texas. Good morning, Gabe.
Do you have any empirical, objectively verifiable, observable, repeatable, testable evidence?
Whoa. I couldn't understand a word you just said. Can you start over again?
Do you have any empirical, objectively verifiable, observable, repeatable, testable evidence that your transphobic, anti-intellectual, misogynist, garbage Catholic ideology is true? No logical fallacies or Bible verses, please.
Say that again.
Do you have empirical, objectively verifiable, observable, repeatable, testable evidence that your transphobic, anti-intellectual, misogynist, Catholic ideology is true? No logical fallacies and no Bible verses, please.
I'm not going to entertain that thesis, Gabe.
Why? Why not?
Well, because you're insulting my intelligence. You're calling me names, and that's not a very nice way to start a conversation, is it?
Well, the transphobic messaging is very offensive.
Are you gay?
No? Are you?
No. Are you gay, Gabe? Is that what you're really bothered about?
Are you? Are you gay?
I already answered your question. Are you gay? That's my question to you.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Are you gay?
So, I've already told you 3 times I'm not. You can believe me or not believe me. I'm married and I have 11 kids. Not that that proves anything, but no, I'm not gay. But you seem very angry. Where's that anger coming from?
I'm very angry at the transphobic messaging.
I can't really understand you. Just slow it down a little bit. Why are you angry, Gabe?
I'm angry at the transphobic messaging that's very anti-intellectual.
What does that mean?
It means that you are going against the global scientific consensus of what trans people existing.
What do you mean by that?
It means that what you're saying is different than what experts worldwide are saying.
And how did you come to that conclusion, Gabe?
Well, you can actually go look that up at the World Health Organization, which is the biggest health organization in the world, and what they say about trans people existing, that sex and gender are different.
Are you a trans person?
No. Does it matter that I'm a trans person?
Well, you're the one who's pretty hot under the collar about this, so I guess it does matter to you at least.
Yes, it matters to me because people I love are trans.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There are a lot of people out there these days who identify as trans. What about it?
Why do you have to have such a hateful messaging about trans people existing?
What is it you think is hateful? I know you like the word messaging. We can use that word if you want. What do you think? How do you define hate, Gabe?
How do I define hate? Well, I mean, based on what I've heard, you hate people that perform abortions, apparently. You're very anti-women's right to choose.
Well, I don't hate anybody, and I certainly don't hate people who do things I disagree with, but I have a right to speak up and disagree with them if I don't think what they're doing is right.
Okay, does your church belong in my government politics?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that?
Does your Catholic ideology belong in the government of the United States, which is secular?
I think there are plenty of Catholics in the government, and they bring their beliefs with them, just like you bring your beliefs with you. If you were in the government, Gabe, you would bring these ideas and ideologies with you, wouldn't you?
Which ideology are you talking about? Because trans is not an ideology.
Okay, so your ideas, your beliefs, whatever they may be, your values, whatever they may be, if you were to enter into politics, would you just check those at the door, or would you continue to hold those views?
Yes, I check them at the door because they don't belong in my government politics.
So you would say it doesn't matter whether you're pro or anti-trans? You wouldn't take a position on it?
I would follow the science and what the experts are saying worldwide.
Okay. So in other words, you you would continue with your, what your belief system is. You would continue to hold that belief system, right?
It's not a belief system. I'm following the science.
It's a belief system.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because you believe it, and your life is ordered around your beliefs. That is one thing that you believe.
I don't have to believe science. I understand science. It's a different view.
Yeah, so that is a belief system, and you would bring that with you. So are you saying that you're allowed to do that, but Catholics and others are not?
No, I'm saying that you're not allowed to bring your unfounded beliefs into the government.
Says who?
Like your transphobic messaging and
Says
your
who?
Anti-abortion messaging.
Says who?
Says our founding fathers.
Where? Quote it for me.
First Amendment.
Okay. You quote it. You tell me where the founding fathers say that people can't bring their beliefs into government with them.
Okay, let me pull out the First Amendment for you.
Okay. I'm ready. Can't wait.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise of, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press, or the right of the people peacefully.
You're making my point. You're making my point.
How am I making your point? Why does it say that Catholic ideology belongs to the government?
Reread it, and I'll point it out to you.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
Pause. So, Congress, the government, has no right to prohibit people from living out their religious beliefs. Continue.
Correct. But that doesn't mean they belong inside the government either.
It doesn't say that. You're just quoting something that supports my position, not yours.
I fail to see how it quotes my position, your position.
Because you're saying that religious people, and you're naming me as one, as a Catholic, that we have no right to hold religious views if you're a member of the government. And the First Amendment definitely does not say that.
No, you have no right to impose your religious beliefs onto others.
I'm not imposing my religious beliefs. You're trying to impose your belief on me. You're trying to shut me down. That's why you're calling.
How am I trying to shut you down? No, I'm calling because I'm trying to have a discussion with you.
Aren't you listening? I mean, in other words, you want something for yourself that you're not willing to give me. You want to hold your views and express them and propound them and attack other people who may differ with you, but you're trying to silence me for having my own set of views.
I'm not the one that has transphobic messaging.
Yeah, me either.
Yes, you do. You clearly have.
So you lost on that point, Gabe. You lost on that point. Round one, point to me, and 0 to you. So
okay, well, provided
where are we going with this, Gabe?
Observable, repeatable, testable evidence that your Catholic beliefs are true. Can you provide that?
Why are you so judgmental, though? I'd like to know why.
Judgmental of what?
Of me. Why are you judgmental? You're intolerant. I believe in diversity and tolerance and equality and fairness. But you believe, apparently, you're being judgmental and you're trying to cancel me. This is an exclusion. Why did you pivot away
when I asked you for empirical, objectively verifiable, observable, repeatable, testable evidence that you're Catholic?
Yeah, I know you've got your script all written out. That's fine if you want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about something important. Like, how come you're not?
That's your Catholic belief.
How come you're not tolerant of other people like me?
Do you mean
why are you so judgmental, Gabe?
So why are you pivoting away from your Catholic belief?
I'm not. I'm going exactly to. Oh, hang on, Gabe. Yeah, blah 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 blah. I get that. The point is, I don't think you really want me to give you a list of what I believe are verifiable, quantifiable, scientifically provable reasons for what I believe. I think you want to just get on the radio and shout about transphobic stuff. You just want to hurl insults, it sounds like, anyway.
Can you get a Nobel Prize for proving your Catholic beliefs to be true?
Do you believe in truth, Gabe, one way or the other?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have empirically, objectively verifiable?
If you believe in truth, then are you willing to let me believe in truth too?
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, my point is gender ideology is just a social construct. This notion is just something invented by human beings, and it's accepted by some people like you in society who believe it is the quote-unquote truth. I don't believe that. I have my truth. And I want to be accepted and valued for who I am. I want to live my authentic self. Why can't you allow that,
you're
Gabe?
Incorrect.
Why are you so intolerant of other people's beliefs, Gabe?
Because your beliefs are intolerant against others. That's why.
That's what you think. I'm not interfering with your life, Gabe. Hey, don't forget, you called me. I didn't reach into your life and tell you what you should believe or what you should say or do. You're the one doing that to me. Why are you so intolerant?
Why do you pivot away? Why do you pivot away so much when I asked you for empirical evidence for your Catholic beliefs?
I told you at the very beginning, because I don't accept the premise that you're laying out for me. And I have no duty to accept the rules of the game as you give them. I have my reasons for believing what I believe. I have my empirical, scientifically provable evidence that there is only a binary, male and female. I have plenty of those reasons, but you're not interested in those reasons, Gabe. I can tell that. You're being intolerant.
So people are born with extra chromosomes. You know that, right?
Gabe, come on.
Yeah. People are born with extra chromosomes.
Yes, we both know that. We both know that. Yes, we know that.
Yeah, so
but you don't accept that. You don't accept those things.
How come you don't want them to exist?
I have no idea what that means.
Yes, you consistently talk about transphobic messaging all the time.
No, you're the one who keeps saying that. I don't even know what that means. Am I not allowed to disagree with a belief system that believes there are more genders than just male and female? Am I not allowed to have an opinion?
You're allowed to have an opinion. Can you prove that opinion to be true?
Yeah, if I had $1 for every gender there is, Gabe, I'd have $2.
2 genders.
I'd have $2 and a bunch of counterfeits because there really are only 2 genders, male and female. That's
why is it what you're saying different than what the experts are saying worldwide?
I don't know. Ask them.
Do you have a degree in biology?
I identify as someone who has a degree in biology. So, yeah, I do. I'm not only that, I have a PhD in biology because I identify as having a PhD in biology.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to accept my opinion. I'm an expert. I identify as an expert. You have to accept that.
Okay, so then why is what you're saying different than what the experts
I want you to agree with me. Do you agree with me that I'm an expert in biology because I identify as having a PhD in biology? Do you accept that?
I don't know. I don't know your life. I've never followed you throughout your life. I have no way to verify yet if you have a PhD in anything.
Well, it doesn't matter. I identify as having a PhD in biology. That should be sufficient for you. You should accept it.
Why is what you're saying different than what everybody else is saying in the world?
Well, I'd like to know first whether you accept my PhD in biology that I identify as having.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't know what school you graduated from, so I can't even verify.
I identify as a graduate from Harvard.
Okay. What year?
So do you accept that as a credential?
What year?
It doesn't matter what year. I identify as having this PhD from Harvard. Do you accept that just because I identify that way or not?
Do you have the empirical evidence to support that?
I don't need any. I don't need any. It's how I identify. It's my authentic truth.
Well, you do. Well, you do. You do when it comes to the degree.
No, that's your heuristic bias. That's your heuristic bias, Gabe. This is my truth, and I want to be accepted and valued for who I am. This is my authentic self. I identify as a graduate with a PhD from Harvard. Why can't you accept that?
But I suggest you call the man.
In fact, I want you to refer to me as Dr. Madrid, Gabe. Don't assume my pronouns.
You check yourself into the mental hospital then.
So are you going to do that for me, Gabe? Whoa. I want you to address me as doctor. That's the only way I will accept you.
Dr. Madrid, what is the theory of evolution? What is the theory of evolution?
Oh, we're not talking about evolution, Gabe. I identify as a graduate of Harvard with a PhD, and I just want to make sure you'll accept that.
What's the theory of evolution?
Doesn't matter.
You said you have a doctorate in biology. What is the theory of evolution?
I identify as having a doctorate in biology. That should be enough for you.
What is the theory of evolution, doctor?
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
Because this is my truth, Gabe. This is my authentic truth, myself. Why can't you be tolerant of who I am and how I am? Where's your diversity?
What is the theory of evolution?
You're not going to get anywhere with that.
Yes. Well, that's right. Because
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the theory of evolution. And by the way, Gabe, there are more than one theory.
Theory of evolution.
Darwin's theory is just one. But back to my education at Harvard.
What is the theory? What is the theory of evolution? So you have a doctor in Harvard. Why can't you recite the theory of evolution to me?
I don't need to. It's enough that I identify as having a Harvard PhD. That's all. That's all you need to know.
Yes, you do.
I can say whatever I want. I can say anything I want because I'm an expert. I identify as an expert in the topic, and you have to accept that because that's how I identify.
No, you don't.
And if you don't, then you are perpetrating hatred on me. You're perpetrating hatred and intolerance on me, Gabe, because you won't accept who I am for how I identify. That's sad.
Well, where can you prove it to me that you are?
I don't need to. I don't need to prove anything to you. You have to accept it. You have to accept it, Gabe, because that's how I identify. What's that, Cyrus?
I was wondering if Gabe was degree-ophobic.
Possible?
Degree-ophobic? No.
Yeah.
I'm intolerant against people that are anti-intellectual.
I see. So you are intolerant. You admit to it. Is that right?
Yes, against people that are anti-intellectual like you. And
how do you know I'm anti-intellectual? Look, Gabe, I just want to be accepted and valued for who I am. This is my truth. And just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's wrong, Gabe. Don't forget that.
Well, that works for you too. That works for you too.
No, it's what I identify as. That's all that really matters. And you have to accept it.
Well,
Well, have a nice day, Gabe. I appreciate the call.
I dumped that last bit, Gabe. Nobody heard it. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun, though. Call back another time, please. All right. Well, let's go through my checklist. Gabe was very judgmental, definitely not inclusive, definitely heterophobic, definitely binary phobic. He had no regard for my emotional safety, very intolerant. He's against diversity. He doesn't believe in equality. He is bullying. He's canceling, trying to cancel me. He can't cancel me. Discrimination, dehumanization, exclusion, erasure, groupthink, hate, harassment. You heard all of that on my phone call with Gabe. You can join me by listening to The Patrick Madrid Show on the Relevant Radio app, live each weekday at 8 to 11 a.m. And thanks for listening.